Is Thursday and it has been 1 week since I lost my job. So I figured we'd give this a shot. But basically every day when I wake up for freelance writing now, I kind of just peruse auction sites and see what's sold recently, what recently got listed. So we're just gonna kind of check out what's on the old docket across cars and bids and bring a trailer and see what we got going on. All right. Off to a bad start there by not making it public on YouTube. Gotta love that. Not mono. Here with the fist. You gotta love it. Truly an icon. All right, so yeah, anyway, like I was saying, lost my job 1 week ago today. Motor Biscuit has been tanking since mid-September, basically, and they brought us all into a meeting 1 week ago today and laid everybody off. So I thought it would be kind of fun if we did what I do anyway and just perused the ads on Cars and Bids and Bring a Trailer and check out what's cool, what got listed recently, and what's been sold recently. So yeah, welcome to the new stream, I guess. I'm streaming it right now on Facebook and Twitch as well. I don't really have any sort of a following on Twitch, but maybe we'll get a chance to correct that. Who knows? I'm a little in the dark here, but Jacob Geyer, I'm literally wearing the same shirt. Nice, the Brain Flake shirt. Truly a throwback. Worst year ever. You know, I wanted to feel that way initially, but I mean, it was a crazy year. At any rate, 2 years at Motor Biscuit that really felt like I didn't have a job in the first place, just really getting to do what I loved, and having a salary and health insurance and everything just seemed really unrealistic in the first place. So the fact that I got to do it for a while is super cool. But yeah, it is what it is, right? So right now I'm back on the freelance grind. What's really cool is I recently have been talking with a couple different outlets for freelance writing, and one of them is Motor Trend. So you might be seeing some content I produce for Motor Trend here pretty soon. That would be really cool. Good luck, man. Hope this takes off for you. I'll be watching. Hey, thanks, man. Your videos were some of the first I ever saw when I started getting into cars. That was 10 years back. Close. Yeah, 2015 was when I posted my first car video on this channel. It's been a long time. Pretty crazy to think that all started with the Rabbit. I still own that thing. It's currently at my parents' house, but unfortunately, depending on how long I go without a job, it might be cutting time for the old Rabbit, especially since my parents are kind of being forced to move right now. So it is what it is. I would love to get to hang on to that car, but we'll see how things go. I've got some job interviews and everything, so we'll see. Free the Steve. Oh, the Steve is long gone at this point, unfortunately. It's been demolished. So anyway, I'm going to pull you guys into the corner face cam And let's start with cars and bids. Let's see what's going on over here. I'm going to go to past results because that's usually where I like to start. When I write something and I don't know when it's going to be published, it almost doesn't make sense to post a article about a listing that's going to be ending soon, because I don't really know when it's going to end versus when the article's getting published. So I had a lot in my early years of writing, a lot of articles that were like, yeah, so don't forget to bid, and they would post it like, 3 weeks after the auction ended. So is the Rabbit your first car? No. I think fourth or something like that, and believe it or not, since then I've had almost 50, but the Rabbit has remained a mainstay in the collection. What kind of job are you looking for? Well, fortunately for me, Motor Biscuit kind of gave me the opportunity to pad my resume with marketing and social media management. So that's really what I'm looking for, is something in those fields. Automotive obviously is a huge plus if I can land myself in another position like that. But, right now I'm going to take what I can get. Right now we're just back to the freelance side of things. I'm still freelancing with Internet Brands Automotive, which is great. They got Honda Tech and LS1 Tech and all that fun stuff. And like I said, Motor Trend is in that lineup as well here, hopefully pretty soon. Stopping in to show my support. Thanks, Anthony. I've had 10 VIN as many years, and my family tries to tell me I have a problem. Yeah, well, don't we all have a problem? I saw a Facebook post that was like, how did you expect a kid that grew up playing with Hot Wheels to be satisfied with owning one car? And that's a great point. So, what can you do? But yeah, if you guys, if anybody feels like hitting the super chat, I certainly wouldn't be against it at this point right now. But yeah, anyway, let's hop into this. We're going to go into past results, check out what we got. Right off the bat, we got a couple cool ones. Let's open up this. This is a pre-facelift, so this will be an SVT GT500. Looks like it's a manual. Yep, 6-speed manual. So this will be the 4.6. Not supercharged, I believe, right? Or is it? Oh, that's got a supercharger on it for sure. Is that from the factory? 6-speed manual, upgrade suspension, soon tuned by SVT. Factory equipment. Oh, it's a supercharged 5.4. Wow, I guess I'm a little out of touch on my Mustang knowledge, huh? 2007. Wow, what a blast. How much power does this thing make? 500 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque, 3.6-speed. The old non-IRS Mustang, the solid axle. Super cool. I actually really like this generation of Mustang a lot. I was kind of looking at getting one as a drift car because the 4.6 model years, or I guess in this case 5.4, didn't have the electric power steering rack yet, which a lot of people have issues with drifting, is tuning the electric power steering. But from what I understand, that's getting a little bit better. So, yeah, something to consider if you're looking into drifting a Mustang. Since I had my SN95, there's a lot more aftermarket support for drifting Mustangs and everything. $5 from Car Builds by Seb. Thank you for your videos, man. Hope it turns around for you soon. Hey, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. I do love it. The classic red with the white racing stripes and SVT logo. There's actually still a Ford dealership in Las Vegas that has an SVT sign out front, which is pretty rad. Oh, 125 miles. Good Lord. I saw the plastic on the seats. I guess that makes sense. 125 miles for 40 grand. This seems like something that will, here in just a few years, be worth like double that. And we'll all be like, wow, remember when you could buy those really cheap? Like the S2000 CR. I just did an article on that for Motor Biscuit right before I got laid off. And there was an old Motor Biscuit article saying, like, look, you should buy an S2000 CR right now. I know $40,000 seems crazy expensive, and now they're selling for like 80 to 100,000 for low mileage ones, which is just absolutely nuts. But yeah, that's insane. All right, let's take a look at this M3 because I know that's got to be a V8 M3, right? Yes, sir. The 4-liter V8, kind of the bastard child of the M3 lineup. Let's get a picture of that guy. There it is, right there. A lot of purists of the M3 namesake were not a big fan of the V8 getting thrown into the mix, which is a little ironic, I guess, because the first M3 was a 4-cylinder, right? The E30. But what can you do? Oh, it is pretty cool, though. There's just something really invigorating about the manual downshift with a V8 car. But I do think driving one, I would feel it. I would feel the disrespect to the namesake. The red interior is pretty sick. The red leather, I like that a lot. Did I spy a little old Benz on the main page? Let's see. On the main homepage. I think yes. Or maybe it was in the past results. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay. 300 SE. $177,000 miles, huh? Garnet red metallic. Wow, this thing's relentlessly clean for that mileage. I guess you would expect that of an old Mercedes. I almost said old BMW. There goes my automotive career. That is nice. It's classy. You got the classic leather cracking right there. But I mean, otherwise, this thing's in really good shape. This is one thing I kind of really have grown to appreciate about cars and bids is that, like, you find weird stuff that you wouldn't really see on Bring a Trailer. Bring a Trailer is almost like a little too ritzy for stuff like this. Unless it's got like 10 miles on it. But you do see like a lot of high mileage heroes and just kind of weird, obscure stuff. Here you go, JDM Gloria Bragum. V6, was that a VG30? Looks like it. I have a black long wheelbase diesel version of that Benz. Dang, that's pretty sick. I really like the Gloria and like the Toyota Crown and all the like high-end luxury JDM cars from the 90s and early 2000s that we didn't get to have over here. Very cool. We really only got a little taste of what was going on over there with the LS400. Let's dump that M3. 04 Mustang GT convertible. Oh, hold on. Supercharged. Wow. Okay. New edges are kind of the deal of the Mustang millennia right now. I guess it's a lot of money. $12,000 is a lot of money for a convertible new edge, but it's supercharged and only has 20,000 miles on it. Oh, it's got a cage and buckets. Wow. So sick. The SVT gauge faces. Or maybe new edges just had white face gauges. I don't know. That looks like Terminator cluster to me, but I guess I don't really know for sure. Somebody fill me in on that. I have to say I miss mine a little bit. There's just something really enticing about, for some reason, specifically like the set-in airbag cover on the passenger side. There's just something very nostalgic about that to me. So this will be a supercharged 4.6, right? 500 horsepower. Okay, is it a root supercharger? We got centrifugal on here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a Pro Charger. Or I guess not necessarily. Oh, it is a Pro Charger. That's pretty rad. I mean, in terms of stuff like performance for 12 grand, that's kind of hard to beat, right? A manual 500 horsepower car. And let's all be real here. Yes, the convertible is ugly. It just is. But there is something really fun about a V8 convertible car. Like, I really, for a long time, was a convertible hater. I just didn't want anything to do with it if it was a car that was designed without being convertible in mind. You know what I mean? Like the Miata is a roadster. It's supposed to be convertible, so that's fine that it's a convertible. But one thing that kind of works as an argument point for the Mustang is the first Mustang ever sold. It was sold to Gail Wise in 1964 before they were even supposed to be for sale. She bought the very first one. She still has it, actually. I did a cool write-up on that and a video. It kind of stopped working for a while, and it was rusting away, so they parked it in the garage, and she was going to get rid of it, but her husband, I guess, didn't want her to. And then he had seen a story about the guy from Canada who bought the first Mustang ever made, which is a whole separate crazy story on its own, right? But he claimed to have bought the first Mustang ever made and was the first person to buy a Mustang brand new. And her husband, Gail's husband, had seen that and was like, I'm pretty sure you got yours the day before. And for some reason, this is in like the 90s, I think, decades later, they still had the paperwork from when she bought the thing new. So he pulled it out, and sure enough, she had bought it the day before. And actually, Ford, they had the car restored, and now Ford like brings her car and her out to all sorts of Mustang events, which is a pretty wild thing. Just to be incidentally, like she was just a teacher. She had finished college and needed a new car for a new job. She wanted a convertible. They didn't have one at the Ford dealership, so they took her in the back and said, hey, I've got this. Wasn't supposed to be for sale technically, but they sold it to her. Can you guys let me know if you're only hearing the audio on one side, actually, now that I look at this? I think... There we go. Yep, you were. Sorry, didn't have it set to mono. My bad, folks. I'm just gonna check the stream, make sure I'm still up to date with the chat. Interesting. So I'm using Streamlabs here. Maybe I'll do this. Bring this guy over here. Make sure you guys are still seeing the right thing over here. Cool. Now I can keep up with the YouTube chat because the chat box on Streamlabs wasn't doing a great job at that. Anyway, yeah. Pretty solid deal for 12 grand. Purple convertible 911. See, this is kind of where I start to lose that appreciation of convertible cars just because it's fun to have the top down. I'm not a fan of convertible 911s. I was for a long time looking into buying 996 turbo, and you can get manual convertible ones like so much cheaper than coupes. And yes, there's the hard top and everything. But if you ever own a Miata and you think that Miata hard tops are ridiculously expensive, you should look into 996 Porsche hard tops because it is a whole different ball game, and it still just doesn't look right to me. But this purple is kind of speaking to me, and it's a black leather car, which is awesome. The 996 interior has quite frankly aged like milk. And it's not bad, but you know, the steering wheel especially somehow just is so dated. Like if you go back to a 964, somehow that steering wheel seems more modern than the 996 steering wheel. That looks like something out of a Ford Taurus from 2000. You know what I mean? It's not a fan favorite. Not a favorite of mine anyway. Cayenne S, that's pretty fun. Here we go. I got a Dakar yellow M3, black leather as well. How much does this thing sell for? A lot? Yeah. Oh, 20 grand. You know what? Actually, as much as I hate to acknowledge that that's a reasonable price at this point for an E36 M3, it just kind of is. Like, I've owned two E36s, and like in the grand scheme of things, I kind of got away with murder when I bought the things. I traded a 944 for one, but I also had a manual 328 IS with M package allegedly, or maybe just a bumper and a shifter, who knows. But I paid $1,000 for that thing, running and driving. I had to put a new blower motor, and if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you might remember that, the second JDMW. But it was just, dude, E36s are garbage. I'll say it. I don't care what anybody thinks. I think they look great, and I think the engines and transmissions are fantastic. but every other bit, like the interiors, just fall apart. You all know the door panel memes. It's just everything electric stops working. Oh, electric seats too, because it's an M3. So you know whatever seating position that's in, that's what you're stuck with. Those 90s and 80s Bosch electronics just did not do well over time. It's got lightweight flywheel, LED low beams. Oh, the grill's painted yellow. Is it? Oh, that on the bumper. I see. This M3 features the desirable 5-speed transmission. Yeah, I feel like most E36's M3s were manual, right? It's one of those you don't want it type rare things to find an automatic one, like an automatic Miata. Unfortunately, the opposite is true of the E46. Here we go. Miata RF Club. So I just had one of these. It was my last press car with Motor Biscuit. It was I think Zircon Sand Mica is the name of the color. It's like the metallic tan. But it was a RF with a manual transmission. It was club spec. This is as well. So it's got the BBS wheels and Brembo brake package as well. That's awesome. That's what the one I had. And it, like, I had been told that it's a similar driving experience to the NA Miatas, which obviously I'm a big fan of, if you know me, but I just like refused to believe it. I was like, this is too modern of a car. There's no way it's going to drive like an NA Miata. It's going to be watered down. It's going to be like a disconnected feeling compared to the old one. And I was 1000% wrong. I drove a GR86. I drove the new Nissan Z. Let's see, what else did I drive in that category? I think that's about it for that I can remember offhand. I drove a 718 Cayman as well, and like, if you're gonna look at it from an affordable sports car perspective, right? There's nothing better than an ND Miata. I would prefer to have the soft top, but it just does. It's not. You can't get better than that. It is an amazing, amazing car to drive. Let's transition over and check and see what we got as far as recently listed stuff, huh? Is this a manual? Nope. F1 transmission. Have fun with that. 2016 Golf R. I don't know what these things are going for anymore, but oh, here you go. Here's a facelift S197 GT500. I like these a lot as well. I like the facelifted S197 in general. It's probably my favorite modern Mustang. I love S650s, but it's so good. Here you go, another fun JDM luxury car in the Nissan Cedric. Also Brougham. I don't know how to say that or even what it means. I assume it's like coach level, like the ultimate luxury daddy car. $74,000 kilometers. Wow, what is it, like 30,000 miles? 46,000. Wow. Anybody want to take a guess at what that thing's going to sell for? Let's see. Oh, here we go. An FJ45 Troopy? What does that mean? Middle Eastern market model. So it's left-hand drive. Yep. Wow. It's like a first responder. It's an ambulance, basically. The 2F 4.2 liter straight six. Bro-Am, maybe? Yeah, that's probably closer than I'm getting. Bro-Am. I love that they included the picture of the cigarette lighter so you can be rest assured that it gets hot. Very nice feature in the photos. Honestly, these pictures are pretty good, though. Oh, I love the little removable lamp. It's got a regular, like, wall plug in there. Huh. That's pretty cool. This seems just crazy niche, but, like, wow, that's nice under there. I guess it lived in the desert. You can't really be surprised. 600 miles shown, true mileage unknown. Okay, I was about to lose my mind a second. Oh, what do we have here? What? Wow, this one actually is fast. Well, a lot of people don't realize that. Oh, come on, man. With the harness straight to the seat. What is this, an S13? Come on. That's garbage, and 2 pictures of it too. What are you thinking? Put not even a half cage, just a harness bar. That's all you had to do was get a harness bar. You can even retain the factory seatbelt with a lot of harness bars, but no. That shifter looks pretty new. What do we got in here? That H22? I guess I could just read it. It is an H22. Cusco 1.5 way limited slip, custom exhaust, adjustable S3 coilers. Wow, S3 coils, that's pretty nice. What an interesting car to turn into like a dedicated track car. I'm certainly not mad at it. Euro arc camshafts, Alana cylinder head, Hasport performance engine mounts. Aftermarket radiator. Is this thing tuned? I thought I saw ECU hanging up on the wall. Let's see if we can get a look at what we got here. I love the full door cards in there still. See, okay, so you know what bracing looks like because you got the strut tower bar. So why not also just get the harness bar, right? I'm not seeing anything about it being tuned. Oh, that looks like Horse Thief Mile. I think it is. Willow Springs. I mean, it looks like a stock ECU, but you can't really tell with Hondas. That could be Hondata for all we know. I wish I could get a little closer and see, actually, because this is a 96, so it should be OBD2. So if it was going to get tuned, someone probably would have downgraded to OBD1 for Hondata usage. Let's see if we can look at the distributor. I can't tell. No, that looks like factory plugs, so it must still be OBD2. Is this thing in California? It is. Wow. Oh, it probably doesn't have plates on it, huh? Didn't see a back shot. Hold on. Oh, it does have plates on it. Somebody's skirting the smog test. That's all I'm going to say about that. How about a 33 GTR, huh? V-spec with the purple brids? Bride. It's not bride. I think Brid is closer than bride is, but there's actually I've argued about the pronunciation of this before with people. There's an FD commercial because they're sponsored by them now, and at the end it goes Breed. I don't know. What can I say? I'm just a white guy from Idaho. It kind of looks like a 400R wing, the carbon inserts. That might be what that is. My favorite GTR generation, hands down. The R33 is the best. And the purple breathes really sell it to me, because if you guys couldn't tell from my G35, I like purple. Purple is in fact the best color. Dang. I want to drive one. I want to see if I actually like an R33 GTR enough to ever warrant buying one. Here we go. Here's an E46 M3. All right, I'm going to, before I click on it, let's take bets. People in the comments, sound off. SMG or true 6-speed manual? Let me get some input from you guys. Whoa, a Demon 170. That's pretty wild. Check for jumpers on the Dizzy. Oh, you guys are a little bit behind. Derek Likes Cars says, hi, Dad. Hello. All right, I'm going to let you guys catch up. Let me know what you guys think. SMG or 6-speed? SMG says Benz Lover 55. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I have to assume, unfortunately. Let's do it. Let's take a look. I think it is. The SMG, they really made a point to make the shifter kind of look like a manual. So every time I peek in one, I get upset. 6-speed, SMG, automated manual transmission. Yeah, we get it. It sucks. It's still an automatic. It's like people I love to argue, but I love a dual clutch transmission. I love the C8 Corvette. I drove a PDK 718 Boxer S. Phenomenal car. It's the shifting. Yes, I agree. Amazing, unstoppable, great time. It's still an automatic transmission. I'll die on that hill. What's weird to me, though, is if you make it a sequential shifter, right, but one where you still require a clutch to get it started, I back that being a manual. Or even like clutch start required paddle shifting, like air actuated, it's still a manual transmission, right? It starts as a manual transmission, so therefore it is still a manual car. But a PDK, a dual clutch car, is not a manual. And what I think really drove me to this insanity is the fact that you can type in manual or like use Auto Tempest or whatever you're going to use, search for a Lamborghini Gallardo, okay, and put manual. And you know how many E-Gear cars are going to pop up because they're like, yeah, it's a 6-speed automated. No, it's an automatic car, and the clutch costs twice as much as a manual one. Yes, I'm shopping for Lamborghinis in my unemployment. Oh, hold on. We got ourselves a 940, folks. Dang, look at this boy. What a good thing. There's a brick-looking dude. Just a thick, dummy, aerodynamics, never heard of her type beat. What a great, awesome piece of mechanical wonder. Here's the cool thing about 940s and 740s and really any Volvo, right? You can't tell just from looking at it if this has 20,000 miles or 800,000. It could be any of it. They polished up the black, which makes me think it's going to be a little bit lower. I'm going to guess 133,000. I haven't looked yet. Let's get some guesses. Tell me the mileage estimates, folks. Drop it in the comments. 200K, safe bet. I mean, 133 is way low for any rear wheel drive Volvo chassis. I mean, at this point, that's low for like 850s and even like some early P2s. These things are getting up there because they just don't die and people keep driving them. Oh yeah, interior first. Let's go with that. I'm going to try and kind of speed run it just in case it's a picture of the odometer. Do keep in mind, though, also, that Volvo odometers just kind of stop working sometimes. There we go. So it could be reading 86,000 and really have 450. Oh, there it is. 99,000? What? Is that thing still working? It doesn't say TMU. Wagon's odometer displays about 99,900 miles. No way, dude. 2450? Are you kidding me? That's already $2,000 more than it's worth. Come on. This guy's my hero right here. Lost track of my red blocks at 100, buying and selling on the side. This guy gets it. Had 3 turbo 780 Bertonis as well. Dang. I regret every day that I was poor and couldn't buy Ross's 780 Bertoni, as it was, in fact, a 2.3 turbo car. GT350R, probably my favorite overall modern Mustang. Well, maybe just E30 Touring. E30 Touring, forget that. This is important. It's a 4-cylinder, but who cares? 278,000 miles, kilometers on the E30 Touring. Okay, 173,000 still. Crazy. What's the 1.6? Is that a M, not an M20? That's a 6-cylinder. That's just, I don't know what that is. Look at that tiny little guy. Oh my god. Not a horsepower to spare with a blitzing 99 horsepower and 104 pound-feet of torque. My god. What a beautiful little thing, huh? That is hilarious. I love, for some reason, it's giving me ambulance vibes. What does that say? Port 84? What does that mean? JVC head unit. There it is. That's what we all wanted to see, right? Vinyl decals on exterior. Yes. Great observation. 2018 date codes on the tires, huh? Didn't want to splurge for, what are those, 14s? 15s. Oh yeah, they're the BBS wheels. Come on, man. Throw some crosswinds on there. Some Linglongs. Westlakes. I still love that Linglong Tire has a booth at SEMA every single year. What are they doing? They didn't bring the giant... They have a tractor tire, though, where the Linglong, the letters are like 7 inches tall, and they didn't bring it with them this year. Super bummed. Oh, Ginster yellow? Is that what that is? Yes, Ginster yellow. ACQ. Someone send this to Brian Scotto. I sent Scotto a message asking if he wanted to buy my Rabbit. He said he has too many Mark 1s. I said I respect that. But can you really have too many? The Ginster yellow is just so good on this guy. So if you're not familiar, this is a non-turbo. What year is this? 1990. I think 10 valve, 5-cylinder, 2.2 liter. Wait, this one's boosted. Hold the phone. This one's turbocharged. Hold on. Yes. A 3B 2.2 from an Audi 200. That is a 20 valve turbo. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is sick. How much power does it make? 217 horsepower, 228. Oh, produces 374 and 371. More than enough. Way more than enough. Oh my god, I want this. This is so good. The black leather too. Dude, come on. What a rough time for me to not have a job and a ton of debt. Am I right? God, that's sick. Oh, I want that so bad. You know, I'm gonna bookmark that guy. See if I can't write an article about it. Ford Mustang Bullet. Here's an E36 Touring 320 with a manual transmission. That's pretty rad. Oh, look at that interior, those seats. Oh, that's so sick. Is that factory? Dang, that's awesome. What was your job and what happened to it? I was senior writer, social media manager for Motor Biscuit. I got to review cars and make videos about cars and write about cars for a living with a salary and health insurance and all that. And unfortunately, since September, Motor Biscuit was operating a monumental daily loss after a Google update pretty much cut our traffic about 90%. And they were already on a downhill plunge in May. I was the social media manager in May. They laid off 11 people and readjusted, basically adding writing to my job and taking away $10,000 a year just in time for me to move to Southern California so that I could get press cars. And then, last Thursday, CEO, HR brought us all into a meeting and laid us all off at once. I think 21 of us total. 4 people kept their jobs. The website got sold, and the new owners only wanted 4 people. Such is life. Pajero Evolution. Oh my god, this is cool. I think Doug did a video on one of these, right? I bet SoCal living is expensive. You want to know something crazy? It's cheaper than when I lived in Idaho. Most of the utilities are cheaper, and my house is only $100 more a month in rent, but it's 30 years newer and has a garage. Go figure. And I'm not in like picturesque Southern California, but I am only about an hour away. So Mondial Cabriolet, dang. Does it have the major service done? Yep, belt service performed in 2021, 33,000 miles. They got that done at the recommended 30,000 miles and parked it. Smart move. A Pajero Mini. Wait, you moved to SoCal? I'm here in San Diego. Yes, I live in Victorville. Sunny Victimville. Damn, you'll find better. You know, that's the plan. Right now I'm back to freelancing, and I said earlier in the stream that I've got provisions to be writing for Motor Trend, which is really, really cool. It would just be freelance, but, you know, maybe having my foot in that door will open it up to a future full-time position with them. At least cops are lenient out there with the modded cars. Yeah, I tend to agree with that statement. There's a lot of cars that are super questionable. Still do food delivery? I do now. Yeah, I had stepped away from it, but we're back full swing. The cruise car Emoke. This is a rich people golf cart. A lot of these in San Diego. Like Ocean Beach or Newport Beach as well up in LA. A lot of rich people taking their kids out for ice cream in these guys. Still have the Fiesta. Yes, I do. 209,000 miles on the Fiesta ST. And knock on wood, still running strong. I actually sent, at 200,000 miles, I did a oil eval with Blackstone Labs. And to my surprise, got a letter back from them saying that it's still good. Like, wow, it's incredibly low lead or iron content, and everything's good. Internals are fine. I was blown away. They lost their best guy. Thank you. G-Works. Oh, is that Shane? What's going on, man? I appreciate it, but hopefully Motor Biscuit's best guy in that concept can become, you know, Motor Trend or Jalopnik or Edmunds, like third best guy. I'll take that. But yeah, Fiesta ST, I do have to do a fairly major surgery to it here pretty soon. I'm procrastinating it till it hits 210,000 miles because that's when I'm going to change the oil again. And so the exhaust manifold gasket is leaking, which kind of happens with these guys. But I have to replace all the studs, and there's coolant lines that run over the heat shield, which unfortunately to get to the heat shield means you have to remove them, and they're single use. They have like clamps that you can't reuse, so I got those. I got coolant. I got new studs. You have to take the turbo off, which I'm assuming, depending on how the oil lines look, means I got to take the oil lines off the turbo. It's going to be a bit of an event, but yeah, it shouldn't be too treacherous. I'm kind of looking at maybe doing it tomorrow, but Sunday seems a little better. And I'll do a video about it. I'm not sure how good the video is going to be, but what's nice is I put really nice lighting in our garage, so that's cool. You'll do fine, bud. We all love you. Thanks, man. I'm trying my best. Okay, what else we got here? Ooh, really clean bug eye. Something's afoot. You see the pillar pods. You know that means this thing's had the hell beat out of it in the past. 132,000 miles. Okay, hold on. What do we got? Engine bay looks pretty clean. No gaudy aftermarket intake setup, so that's cool. It actually just looks really nice. Is this one owner? No mileage discrepancies. Cobb stage 2 tune. Oh boy. It is a 2-liter though, so it's pretty safe. I like bug eyes too. You know, I got into Audis because ironically at the time when I wanted a WRX, they were way too expensive and I wanted a turbo all-wheel drive car. Incidentally found myself in the better turbo all-wheel drive car in the B5 platform, but don't tell Taylor I said that. Oh, dude, speaking of which, what makes me really sad, I can still like react to them, I guess, but some of the videos I made for Motor Biscuit are like crown jewels of my automotive creation. We took Taylor's rally car, his actual stage rally car, to McDonald's, and we had the comms for his headsets for the helmets mic'd into the GoPro. I did all this editing with the audio from that setup. Like, it's so good. So I kind of want to do like my favorite moments at Motor Biscuit type video where I get to show you guys some of that stuff that I did. Because unfortunately, you know, if they make any more money from those YouTube videos, I'll never see any part of it. I was just their camera guy, so to speak. But yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, I drove Ferrari F12 Berlinetta and just like beautiful pan shots. Just got to drive it around Beverly Hills. I had a Maserati Grecale Trofeo for a while. I took it off-road, and then the Maserati people didn't talk to me for a while. They didn't seem thrilled about it, but it has off-road mode. What was I supposed to do? Are you far away from Ross? Yeah, really. Like 15 hours. But I am considering I'll be back up in Idaho for Christmas. I kind of want to hit up Ross and see if we can do a Craigslist video, because we have a whole bunch from y'all wonderful folks that have been sending them for years. I still get them from time to time, which is crazy. They laid a bunch of people off at once. Downsized. A week ago. Motor Biscuit got sold, and pretty much everyone was laid off with a 1-check severance package. So here, fairly shortly, I'm going to end this stream and go do some door dashing and try and stack a little bit of cash. And I've been trying to get the freelance ball rolling again. I had initially started with hot cars, and you know, they're fine. They do what they do, but it's not what I want. It's all like guides and specs and 2024 this does that, and here's what you can compare this to, and all that kind of just like, you know, consumer stuff, where if I can land myself somewhere that lets me get a little creative with like, you know, news and reviews and stuff like that, that's really where I'd like to be. 1-check severance, lucky I got nothing when I got laid off a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not complaining about getting 1-check, that's for sure. But I do know some people that have gotten much nicer severance packages than that. But I can almost consider my severance package that they kept me on payroll for 6 months after they laid everybody else off. So, well, not everybody else, but a healthy amount of people. what I'm driving at here is I knew it was coming. Okay, so we've kind of perused through the cars and bids. Let's refresh one more time, see if anything cool just got listed since we started. Nope, Ferrari 360 Modena. Okay, on to bring a trailer then. We can hit bring a trailer here for a little bit. DB7 V12 Coupe, let's go. Is this a manual? Automatic. Damn. I really want, so bad, I want a manual V12 Aston Martin. I know it is like one of the worst financial decisions that I could ever contemplate making, but come on, a manual V12, like how, what other car can you get a manual V12 combo in for that kind of price point? Like, I feel like the next cheapest option is like a Diablo. Like, what is there that's a manual V12? Because I know the SL65s never came manual with the V12 or SL, 65, 55. I don't know my Mercedes talk that well. Sorry to hear about your job loss, dude. Are you going to be posting more of your own content again? For sure. Yeah, I'm going to try. I just signed up for OBS Ultra. I'm going to try and do this like every day for as long as I don't have a real job. I'd like to do this for at least a little bit every day. And, maybe we get enough rolling in that we can kind of keep this situation going. But while you guys are here, if you guys want to see something really cool that a lot of you might have missed, because I posted it on Instagram. I never posted about it here because it didn't really seem reasonable. But some of you guys know I have a high-powered rocketry channel as well. And something crazy happened with that channel. Let's see if I can get it out here. I hit 100,000 subscribers on the rocketry channel. I have a YouTube play button. This is mine. That's a channel that I made. I have one. How ridiculous is that? It's so insane. I had one of my videos posted in short format get like 22 million views. It's still going. Unfortunately with shorts, you don't make anything for money. Like 22 million views on a regular YouTube video is like, God. Right now, probably $130,000. Instead, what I got was, I think, around $800, which again, I'm not complaining about the fact that I got $800. All I'm saying is I would have liked 130,000 way, way more. Here you go. Let me drop this in the chat. Somebody asked. That is the Rocket channel. But yeah, so I'm considering maybe I should be kicking shorts up on this channel as well, and we can get a whole bunch of new subscribers in, and I'll have a meaningless number of subscribers on this channel as well. Because, let me tell you, having that amount of subscribers does not make it a viable source of income. I can tell you that much. But it did get me a cool plaque. And that's, honestly, what's worth celebrating. I'm going to put it in a rocket. So that should be interesting. If you have any interest at all in high-power rocketry, it's at 23 million. Good Lord. Yeah, it just keeps going. And I was looking back at all the shorts I've posted, and a lot of them are like also at like 50 to 100,000 streams each on all the shorts, which is crazy, right? Like, so yeah, shorts kind of are the YouTube play right now, and I kind of want to start cutting up some stuff that I've already done. You might have noticed I've been posting a few shorts here and there, but like I'm thinking about just kind of trying to be consistent about it and trying to pull some I was kind of thinking about doing, some sort of guerrilla warfare on my Motor Biscuit content that I created, because it's really good. I'm really proud of it, but I'm not allowed to just like straight re-upload it, right? But if I do the fair use thing where I make commentary about it, then technically it's fine. I just do all of my shorts. My former employer got me behind the wheel of this Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, and then just kind of, roll from there. What a day that was, dude. I got paid to drive a Ferrari for a day. That's one of the reasons I can't be bitter about being laid off. I mean, they brought a week after I moved here, they brought me a $110,000 Genesis G90. Like, that didn't seem real, and it kind of just feels like losing the job at this point was me paying the piper for never having gone to college and not actually deserving that position. But, you know, imposter syndrome does what imposter syndrome does. Factory 5 Type 65, yeah, 911 Turbo. See, it's just so much. Whoa, okay. I was just about to say that Bring a Trailer is like way too posh, but this is kind of crazy. K1500 Silverado. So Ross and I basically had the GMC version of this. We had the Sierra. No, Cheyenne. Is this a 5.7 with 4L80E? You could do like retrospective on the content with commentary. Yeah, exactly. As long as I'm reacting to it, right, then it's perfectly legal. The thing is, obviously, I don't have lawyer money, so I don't know how the new owners of Motor Biscuit would react to that, but I actually had one video do really well on Motor Biscuit, like 700,000 views. My friend Alex, who loaned me his Tesla that had 400-something thousand miles, if you remember that video, which was posted on my pro channel. It was, I did a video where they were talking about what you do to repair cars, and they're like the only shop in the world that dismantles and repairs Tesla motors. So it did really, really well. I don't think I really need to touch on that for this channel, though. I don't think you guys care, right? It's cool, but, like, not my forte, per se. Like, I like Teslas. The older ones specifically. Like, the old Model S is fun. I don't hate EVs like a lot of car people do, but, you know, whatever. 14,000 miles on this thing. Oh, my God. Is it 4L80E? That's what was weird about our Cheyenne, was that it was still a 5.7 TBI, so it had like 8 horsepower, but it also had a 4L80E. So it towed like no other. I mean, well, it really did. I mean that in the most literal ways, it towed like no other, in that it basically was gutless and useless, and if you wanted to get up to the speed limit, you needed 5 miles if you were pulling my G35 or our GS300. But it was good. It just kept rolling. It did it happily. We didn't have any trailer brakes. The trailer almost pushed me off a freeway exit once. What a good time. And now our good friend Cody Leach owns that truck. 26-mile GT500 Heritage. See, this is the kind of stuff on Bring a Trailer that I just don't care. I don't care. This thing's never going to get driven. Still waiting for viable budget ones. Cheapest one you can get is a Chevy Bolt for $27K. Yeah, it is like prohibitively expensive. It's funny what is considered affordable in the general car world, right? Like, I even, with my salary that I just had, couldn't just go buy a $27,000 car because I wanted one. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain level of expected disposable income. The fact that the middle class is almost entirely gone in this country either assumes you're fine with an 8% interest rate right now and a $650 a month car payment, or that you're rich and $27,000 is just fine. What do I know? This isn't a political talk, but you know. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Let me have one, please. I've pretty much come to terms with the fact that I'll never be able to afford one. A G Series, a 964, 993 especially. I'll never, ever be able to afford one. Especially a turbo. How much time has this got left? 5 days and it's already 46 grand. This thing's going to be 140,000, I'm sure. I'm with you, man. My dailies at 15K for a new at the time. 2018 Mirage. You know what? I really want to drive one of those. I was trying to get somebody to give me one. Mitsubishi did not have a press car for it. So I was trying to get a dealer to give me one to make a video for Motor Biscuit. The Mirage is like perfect. And I know that's a crazy sentence, but hold on, let me readjust here. Let's get comfortable. The Mirage is sort of the perfect car right now. It's not the car that everybody wants, but it's the car that people who want a new car and need a new car, have kids or whatever, it is the car that they need. because of like government regulations, right? It has to have certain crash safety standards. It has to have a backup camera. It has to have parking sensors or whatever. It gets incredible fuel economy. It's like the current Geo Metro. It's like fantastic. And the 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. I know it's not exciting. I know it's almost dangerously slow, okay? But it is fantastic as far as like an A to B car or a food delivery car. My God, will they get like 40 miles per gallon? You have a brand new car. It's got Bluetooth. Does it have wireless or not wireless? But does it have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay? I don't even know. But like, there's a lot of amenities. In some ways, it has more features than my Fiesta ST. And the fact that what I paid used for my ST is what a brand new, even in 2023 Mitsubishi Mirage sells for. Insane, right? You can't hate it. Like, anything you can say bad about the Mirage is way too on the nose. You got to think deeper than that. People will say it's stupid, but I'll say it's stupid that it's that good. Okay, here we go. I'm going back to small camera mode because I just found something. You guys are going to love this if you like weird BMWs like I do. Can you stream while door dashing? That could be fun. I've thought about it, but I have to use my phone for DoorDash, right? So I'd have to bring another phone to do the live streaming. But it's not impossible. I've made a video while door dashing before that actually did quite well because it was right when COVID started. So it was like what it's like to deliver during a pandemic video, and I think it did pretty okay. All right, you guys ready for this? 1993 Eurospec BMW 850 CSI. Speaking of manual V12s, and speaking of worse decisions than buying an Aston Martin, 42 mpg out of the Mirage. Damn. San Marcos, California. My friend Sean needs to see this. My God. 5.6 liter. Oh, that's an S70. Yeah, it is S70. Wow, V12 making a astonishing like 200 horsepower or something like that. I don't know, it's pretty. 375. Okay, not bad. It's not the 420 of the Aston Martin. Here's the thing about BMW's M and S V12s. I guess M and S describes literally every engine BMW's ever made. The M70, S70, and M72, right? 73. They are two straight sixes put together. They have two distributors. They have two ECUs and two independent exhausts running out the back. So somehow, if you straight pipe them or whatever, you put an exhaust on it, it does not sound like a V12. It sounds like two E30s or E34s driving next to each other. It doesn't sound like a V12. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because, like, every V12 has its own dedicated exhaust at the side, right? And I'm sure if you ran, like, an X-pipe in the middle, it would probably sound awesome. But, like, just stock for going straight through the back on each bank, it sounds like two straight sixes more than it sounds like a V12. Which sounds so obvious. But, yeah. Dude, I don't know. M529 restoration started rebuilding when he's still working on it. This is sick, though. Oh, the red leather inserts on the interior. Dude, I want to drive it. Oh, it does the pipes. No, they stay separate. I thought maybe they merged there for a second. But yeah, I mean, speak of things that are a poor financial decision, huh? 77,000 miles. So my friend Sean's got two V12 BMWs. One got totaled. He's got another one. They're both 750 Li's. You can actually watch a review of one on Motor Biscuit. I don't feel bad shouting it out because I know how much they were making. And this channel that I almost never post on anymore still like made the same amount of money that they did. So they're not exactly out there thriving. Anyway, we were shooting that video. And I was like, wow, nothing went wrong with it. That's pretty crazy. And as we were driving back to his house after finishing the shoot, a like plastic check valve in the cooling system exploded, which, yeah, haha. The BMW's cooling system failed. Who could have foreseen that, right? But the part was like $400. And the intake manifold gaskets are like $1,200 or something like that. Like, it's chaos. The parts for that thing are super. The headlights, the OEM headlights, are $1,600 a piece. You know what? Let's go see our friends at FCP Euro and see what they got for the old 850. Yeah, it's not a CSI, but it'll do. We're going to put manual. I can't believe that's on an option on here. Okay, we're just going to filter by most expensive and see what's up. Steering gear, $3,400. $3,400. Servotronic control unit. Guys, I'll be real with you. I don't even know what the hell that is. ABS module, $3,100. Pressure regulator, oh, probably for the suspension, huh? $1,821. The brake master cylinder. Dude. The brake master cylinder is $1,800. It's $1,800. That's comically expensive. Why is there 2 spots on it for like a... Oh, that's for the lines, duh. I was like, why are there 2 reservoirs? Don't listen to me. The $1,900 map, and you know it needs 2. You know it needs 2 of those. The OEM map is $1,900. Here we go, the suspension. The struts are $1,600 a piece. That's without springs, my guys. And girls. I doubt it, but you know, just in case. Shout out to everyone watching. Oil drain plug removal toolkit. Yeah, no problem. $1,100. ECU, and I already told you, you know you need 2 of those, right? Boom. $1,136 a piece. Front door locks, $1,100 for the door locks. Dude, come on. The Aston Martin has to be cheaper than this. Good Lord. Anti-gravity batteries, yeah, sure. The starter is $935. Airbag control unit, $965. Rear silencer, the muffler, $920 brake calipers, $930 muffler. And you need 2 of those too. The M18 fuel compact bandsaw kit, the staple of a BMW 8 Series, is $800. Just cover, $758, $58, $58, $50. That's got to be valve cover, right? $825 for a valve cover. FCP Euro is great. Shout out to FCP Euro to the very day I die for sending me thousands and thousands of dollars worth of parts for a car that's been sitting in my parents' garage for 5 years. With all those parts still in boxes, nowhere near the engine or chassis. I mean, I guess near the chassis. It's in the car. Steering column control bulb testing device no longer available. Darn, and at only $812, I would have ordered a few. Flywheel for the manual, back order and no ETA, $740. There is, I believe, adapters now to run like a ZF 6-speed from like an E46 on that V12, which is pretty rad. I don't know what a gear shift lug is, but it is $700. This is a fun thing right here. This is what we should be doing. We should be doing streams where we take a look at cars, right, that are like, this would be cool, and then we beat ourselves down with how expensive it would be to maintain the thing. Matt Farah, who I just met. I got to meet Matt Farah at a shoot with US Legend Car. I drove a Legend Car on a circle track in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago. And the only other journalist there was Matt Farah. I talked to him. The coolest dude ever. I emailed him. He was like, yeah, because I talked about his Porsche. I emailed him. He's like, yeah, come down to the shop anytime. Let me know when you're in the area. And then I emailed him when I lost my job, and he immediately put me in contact with somebody who was potentially hiring for something that I was qualified for. So if your hero's Matt Farah, feel free to meet him, because awesome dude. aux fan assembly, $655. The AC condenser fan is $600. It's $675. $674, sure. The fan costs more than the condenser. Who's making these calls? That's absurd. Yeah, so anyway, cool car. Wow, that's wild. Oh, man. All right, let's get one more. Let's look at, how about, what do they call it? Like the premier ones. Premium. That's what it is. Let's see what kind of chaotically overpriced stuff we got going right now. Z8. That's neat. Ooh, Boss 429. 200 grand with 17 minutes left. Bentley S1, 575 Super America. Wow. Is it manual? Probably F1 trans. Yeah, gross. DBAR1? What is this? Isn't it funny that this is like a special edition Zagato car? I see the Zagato logo. And the front end looks exactly like a modern Aston Martin. Whoa, I kind of like the back. It's kind of looking spikery. 6-speed manual V12 again, folks. 65 grand. This one's going to be a little more expensive than the DB7. What the hell? Oh, it's a recreation by Noble. Interesting. 05 GT with 72 miles on it. Good Lord. All right, hold on. I'm going to write down some of these cars so that I don't forget. Ginster. Audi Coupe Quattro. 72-mile Ford GT. BMW 850 CSI. Yeah, so basically this is what I do now. I just peruse all these things in like automotive news stories and stuff and check out, oh wow, 500KR convertible. Oh, that's sick. Proper Corvette race car. New Ford GT. Hey, we can throw that one in there too. New Ford GT. What's 16 miles on it? 15 miles on it. That's got to be 1.5 million. 300K doesn't seem bad for that GT. Yeah, well, it's still got 5 days, right? That's gonna go over $1 million. I would put good money on it. In fact, if I could bet $1 million without any risk of loss that it would sell for $1 million, I could pretty much guarantee that I would eventually have $2 million. 6K mile Alpina Roadster. So this is the spicy Z8. That's pretty wild. How much power do these things make? It's got a V8 in it, I know that. The red interior is hot. Oh, it's an automatic? Come on. I don't care anymore. 375 horsepower. Fine. Slant nose. Eldorado. 512. Another GT. Diablo SV. That's pretty neat. Black Series? Yep. 430. 6-speed. These are getting expensive now. For a while, 360s and 430s, even manual ones, I swear, were all under $100,000. Recent premium results. Dang, 91 Diablo, $371,000. Nobody made it out of the Diablo game better than Rob Dahm. The ultimate come up, really. Bought it just in time for the economy to crash, held onto it for all these years, even in times of really probably needing to get rid of it. And here he is, with a car that's now worth like $500,000. Because his is a special one. I can't remember. Sorry if you're watching this, Rob. Wow. Well, guys, I'd say this was a successful first live stream, huh? Let's give ourselves a round of applause. This was really fun, actually. I'm going to cut the lo-fi beats. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, jobless in Seattle. Well, not Seattle, in Southern California, but here we are. I'm like I said, I'm gonna try and shoot to do this every day that I'm not working on something else. And when I am working on other stuff, I should still be able to find at least some time to do something like this. So thank you all for being here. It was super fun. Yeah, I was thinking about calling this series Window Shopping. So if you guys want to come back around for more window shopping, please do. If you're not subscribed, if somehow you're still watching this for this long without pressing the subscribe button, or like on Facebook or Twitch or whatever you're watching this on, press the buttons that coordinate with doing the things. My name is Braden Carlson, former, or I guess still current automotive